Hey guys, Mark here. So I was about to finish opening up all my packages that I bought off Jumia, and I thought we'd have a conversation about Jumia and a few things that have been going around for the past few weeks. You see, I bought these packages I think on the first day of Black Friday. I was interested and picked to see if there's anything I could get, but as soon as I got done buying, I think 1 hour later, I saw this post from Ignited. So this post was a bit alarming. I was like, wait, what have I done? Have I made the right choice? And then the next day, nobody posted this also about Jumia, and I was like, what is going on? So I was like, are my packages going to arrive? Yearly, all my packages arrived. After Nobat's tweet, I got picked to understand, is this something that is in a few places? Is it a general thing about Jumia? So I went and did a bit of my research, and there are a few issues. The first one being the discounts, which are not actually discounts, and the second being delivery. The first one, which is discounts, ideally when you have things like Black Friday, you're expecting to get big discounts on products. Ideally, when you look at Ignited's posts, you'll find that most of them were actually tech related, but there were some which were even about soap. I also saw cooking oil, which was really interesting to see. And it got me thinking, what are these companies supposed to be doing to make sure that customers' rights are protected? And then I landed upon something called customer protection. It is the practice of safeguarding buyers of goods and services and the public against unfair practices in the marketplace. Now, unfair practices include things that will help a seller gain an advantage over competitors, or even just misleading consumers. And I think this first point is a big mislead, where you put a high price for your discount, which is not realistic, and then put a small price to make a customer feel like they're actually paying very little money, yet they're actually paying more money. For case in point, when you look at their Black Friday deal for an iPhone 13 Pro Max, you're gonna find that on Jumia they were saying that their Black Friday deal is 6.4 million. That's a Black Friday deal. So ideally you'd think on a normal day it would probably be more expensive. When you go to a website like Gadget Craze and look at their prices, you will find that their iPhone 13 Pro Max is even less than the 6.4 million, which is about 5.8 million. That's about 500,000 saved. And if this is a Black Friday deal, you would expect, okay, there's a normal price which is 6.4, and probably you'll be selling it at a lesser price. But that's not a deal. That is actually a higher price than even where you'd get it from Gadget Craze, which I would think for me is a more credible source to buy equipment or phones from. Now you've got to remember that Jumia is an in-between between the seller and you, the customer. So ideally Jumia has to make money, so the seller has to find ways to make sure that Jumia gets their commission, but they're also getting profit. So ideally sometimes you'll find that their prices will have to be higher. But when you look at these price differences of 500,000, of 1 million, when you look at some of these things, you find that that is quite a large difference for products, even if you're paying commission to someone. What is the commission, 100% or something? But that's quite a large difference in price when it comes to commission. Ideally, if someone only looks at Jumia and is not aware of things like Gadget Craze or any other stores that have these same things, not even on a Black Friday deal, just a normal price, you would be misled to think that actually it's a great discount, yet in actual sense it's not. So that's one thing that ideally Jumia is really struggling with, especially with their deals, and it needs to be addressed. Otherwise you'll find that customers are moving towards other places like MOVO or anything, and these things start to lose meaning. So ideally I was opening my last boxes and I ordered 2 extension arms, 2 reflectors, 2 lightweight stands just to help me hold lights. Unfortunately one of them is broken, but we'll have to return it, and hopefully we can get one back because these were shipped from abroad. I don't know what their policy on that is, but the customer protection needs to be better from these big companies. When you look at their contracts, you'll find that they've really put it on the seller to make sure that he abides by these laws. When you read the contract, you'll find that it is the seller who is agreeing to be solely responsible, meaning Jumia does not have the blame cannot fall on Jumia. Ideally is what they're saying, that solely the seller who's responsible. So they're ridding themselves of that responsibility. But they also go on to say that listings that are submitted may be individually reviewed and approved at Jumia's discretion, meaning they get to see these things probably before they go. And so if they're looking at someone posting something that is 5 million, but in actual sense you can actually get it at 4 million, are they actually thinking about the customer, or do they think this is fair in terms of competition? Those are things we may not know and they may not be willing to share, but some customer protection needs to take place to make sure that we're actually getting competitive prices, because this is, like I keep on saying, this is a Black Friday deal, and if it's a Black Friday deal and it's still more expensive than I would get it on a normal day in the normal market, then it doesn't make sense. We are being misled, and that is something that shouldn't happen to anybody. We are living in a modern day world where delivery is the in thing, so ideally we're always looking for companies that help us. But if we are being hurt, we're going to have to resort to other ways and other places to buy things, probably like Gadget Craze, because they also do delivery. But ideally Jumia is such a big company and it encompasses very many countries, so ideally this needs to be sorted. How many times have I said ideally in this video? So those are my thoughts about customer protection. What do you guys think that companies can do better to make sure that our rights are protected when we're buying things off these stores? Because some people may not have the knowledge to actually do background checks for their products, and they may end up being robbed or something. So that's been it. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like bell, it helps YouTube know that we are providing quality content. We'll see you guys in the next one. Otherwise, always remember to deliver a feeling. Peace.